Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone. My name is Mohd Syazwan bin Karim, and with me the other authors wrote this paper: Farahah binti Muhammad Fauzi, Adriana Shamsuddin, Karya Ahmad Azlan bin Maktani, and Nur Farahin Roslan, and all of us from UiTM Melaka branch. In this video, I would like to share my study with title Factors Influencing Underreporting of Financial Performance Among Student Clubs and Association. Okay, so first of all, let's take a look at on the next slide. So this is my presentation outline, which is I will start first with the introduction. And the second part, I will cover for the literature review. The third part is research methodology. Next, finding and discussion. And last but not least is a conclusion. Okay, so first of all, let's take a look at on the introduction part. Student clubs and associations are predominantly small non-profit organizations that aim to serve the club members without profit motive. Okay, student club and association, as far as we are concerned, it is not like a business, whereby business, the main objective is to maximize the profit. But meanwhile, for the student club and association is to maximize the members' welfare. Okay, next, the survivability of this club and association in delivering service to its members highly relies on the fund provided by Student Affairs Division and the annual fees collected from all members. However, most of the student clubs and associations do not keep a proper books of account since there is no legal obligation to do so, meaning that there is no specific requirement to require all the student club and association to submit their financial report and to maintain proper books of account. According to Zainon et al. 2014, detailed disclosure of financial standing and social performance of the clubs and association can enhance non-profit organization credibility, build community, trust, and demonstrate their responsiveness to their stakeholders. And according to Umeji and Obi 2014, accounting information is vital for decision making, whereby it helps business owner to identify cash flow, cost of production, and assets liabilities. So from this statement highlighted by previous researchers, okay, we can conclude that preparation of final account, preparation of financial reporting, and maintain proper books of account was crucial for the student club and association. Okay, next we go to the next part, which is a problem statement. Okay, most of registered clubs and associations are unable to prepare proper financial report and fail to submit complete financial report to the Student Affairs Division when it is required. Even though some of the clubs submitted their financial report, but they failed to submit the reports within the time given and did not follow the stipulated standards or requirement. And subsequently, okay, this caused a lot of difficulties for the Student Affairs Division to closely monitor the performance of the registered clubs and associations. And eventually, they will provide misleading financial information to the club's members. So that was the problem occurred. Okay, next we go to the research objective. There are 5 research objectives in this study. First is to examine the treasurer's practice in maintaining proper accounting records and preparation of their club and association financial report. That was the first research objective. And the second one is to examine whether the student club and association treasurers keep all the source documents properly. And number 3, to examine level of accounting literacy among the treasurers. Number 4, to examine the level of treasurers' awareness of the importance of accounting for their clubs and association. And last but not least, research objective number 5, to investigate the factors that contribute to underreporting of financial performance among student clubs and associations. So that was the main objective of this study. Okay, next we go to the significance of the study, which is first, the information gathered in this study can be used to provide better understanding in factor factors influencing underreporting of financial performance among student clubs and associations, and the importance of the financial accounting for club and association. Subsequently, it will be useful for the University Student Affairs Division in designing appropriate training to improve the club treasurers' financial reporting and enhancing the awareness of treasurers towards the importance of financial accounting for club and association. So that was the significance of the study. Okay, now we go to the second part of this presentation, which is literature review. We will look at on the statements quoted by previous researchers regarding with accounting literacy among non-profit organizations. According to MIC3ST2022, 2014, a good and transparent financial disclosure might reduce the tendency of fictitious debt to arise. And according to Dunn, 2015, organizations that have been set up for the purpose other than making profit, which is a non-profit organization, are also required to present transparently on how they deal with the organization's money. And according to Joseph, 2016, there is a need for non-profit organizations to send their staff for financial literacy training as those involved in clubs and associations comparatively are from various backgrounds and have inadequate knowledge on accounting. And according to Joseph, 2016 as well, the club members should be equipped with relevant knowledge, training, or assistance in maintaining proper club financial records. And according to Ajibadi and Kayundi, 2017, most of the small profit-oriented organizations have poor accounting practices through their main objective is to maximize their owners' wealth. And according to Ajibadi and Kayundi 2017 as well, this is a scant awareness, a knowledge and exposure as well as a lack of reference to be used as a guide which finally lead to this financial invisibility. Okay, next, let's take a look at on the other statements highlighted by previous researcher regarding with the financial accounting disclosure on club and association performance. According to Mohd, 2013, the focal point of financial disclosure of a football club is the economic events, transactions, and future projection of financial impacts. According to Joseph, 2016, accounting records and management were managed by unskilled club members who did not have any education background related to record management, which landed them in difficulties in managing their assets information. And according to Bachmeier et al. 2018, financial assessment and monitoring process are ineffective among football clubs in Germany, which endangered the club's financial stability for securing the league competition. And according to Roslan et al. 2018, proper financial reporting disclosure might improve the reliability of the financial statements and consequently help the users in making economic decisions. And according to Ng, 2021, financial performance of a non-profit organization in the context of university's viability look specifically into the university's performance and viability through its statement of cash flow pattern. And according to Ng, 2021 as well, concluded it is important to have a good financial disclosure to help the decision makers make the best economic decision on whether to continue the university's operation or stop its operation. So I was highlighted plenty statements quoted by previous researcher to show the importance of the financial report for club and association. Okay, next we go to the third part in this presentation, which is research methodology. Okay, we look at on the methodology first. A qualitative research design was used to obtain information on the current practice of student clubs and association provision of their accounting records and financial reports. The interview session were recorded and transcribed by researcher for further analysis. And in terms of data collection, semi-structured interview were conducted. Okay, we conduct the interview to all participants, and the interview session were conducted through Google Meet platform. and the participants were required to give their answers or opinion on 20 open-ended questions regarding the financial report for the student clubs and association. And in terms of sample, 13 student club and association treasurers of one faculty at higher learning institution in Melaka, Malaysia. Okay, treasurers, club and association treasurers were chosen for two reasons. Firstly, they were the ones who manage the financial matters of the club and association, including the keeping all the documents related to the financial matters related to the club and association activities. Secondly, as treasurers, they were responsible in preparing the financial statement of the club and association for each accounting period. So that is the research methodology. Now we go to the finding and discussion. So there were 5 findings derived from the interview data. Okay, the first finding is to suit with the first research objective, which is to examine the treasurer's practice in maintaining proper accounting records and preparing of their clubs and association financial reports. From this finding, we found 77% of the interviewees said that did not maintain proper accounting records. Most of them were not able to maintain proper accounting records because they did not have accounting knowledge and they were never exposed to accounting for club and association. However, they were willing to attend any accounting training course as it would be very beneficial to them. And among the answers, I don't know because I'm not from accounting background during my SPM, so I don't know anything, but I'm trying to learn it. I do not know how to record it. I have not yet been involved in recording the club accounting record. I am still in learning to record from the former treasurers. Meanwhile, 23% of the participants admitted that they maintain accounting records, but only focus on the recording the cash inflow and outflow. Thus, it could be said that they had little accounting knowledge. So this is amongst participant answers. I record in Microsoft Word. I just made a table to record cash inflow and outflow. I record using a logbook. I create our own format and record money for each event held. I recorded all the transactions that had financial implication from working paper. Okay, next we go to the second finding. The second finding of the interview was meant to find out whether the student club and association treasurers keep all the source documents such as official receipt, invoices, payment voucher, cash bill, and so on properly. Source document is the original document that contains the detail of the club and association transaction. Every club and association treasurer must keep the source document properly as key information about transaction and as evidence to prove the occurred transaction. In this finding, we found 62% of the participants admitted that did not keep source document, and some of them thought the event treasurer was the one responsible to keep the source documents, not the honorary treasurers. And the remaining 38% said they only keep the original source document and did not make any copy as a backup if the original source document was lost, and most of them keep the document in the form of soft copies. Third finding of the interview, we want to look at the level of accounting literacy among the treasurers. They will ask basic accounting terminologies such as financial report, sales, and surplus. In this finding, we found 54% of the participants answer I don't know, while 46% of them were able to give some kind of explanation of the terminologies even though they were not sure whether they were right or not. The fourth findings is to determine the level of treasurers' awareness of the importance of accounting for their club and association. We found all the participants agreed every club must have proper accounting records and student clubs and association must keep all the source documents well for audit purpose. It indicated that they realized the importance of doing proper accounting and keeping the source documents. And the fifth finding, which is to investigate the factors that contributed to underreporting of financial performance among student clubs and association, which is the main objective of this study, we found that lack of accounting knowledge is the main factors. Second, inadequate training. And the third is poor source document keeping is the factors contributed to the underreporting of the financial performance among student club and association. As conclusion, The finding of this study could be used to help student, club, and association to plan and manage financial matters effectively. And the second, Student Affairs Division is recommended to provide accounting training course to all club and association